Hi, my name is Karlyn Stuart, and I'm an environmental scientist with a Bachelor of Science degree from the University of Calgary. I'm a project lead for Nutrien's environmental footprint team. Nutrien's the world's largest provider of crop inputs, services, and solutions. So Nutrien helps growers to increase food production in a sustainable manner. Nutrien is a Canadian fertilizer company based in Saskatoon and is the largest producer of potash and the third largest producer of nitrogen fertilizer in the world. So my role involves collecting data from across our company to determine our impact on the environment. Our team reports on Nutrien's greenhouse gas emissions, water usage, and waste generated, etc. The most exciting part of this for me is that once we know our impacts, we can identify opportunities for improvement via target setting and reduction projects and see the results of these efforts. So it's very rewarding. So our team collects all the data from every site at Nutrien, and then we combine it. This is the environmental footprint dashboard that we created internally for Nutrien to educate our 25,000 employees on what our environmental footprint is and what it looks like and what it means. We have a commitment to reduce this footprint, so it's really holding us accountable and also an opportunity for us to see how we're performing relative to this commitment. Our employees can drill down and learn more. So if you look at scope 1 emissions, we can see what business unit creates the most emissions, and that would be our nitrogen business unit, and you can drill down to site level. You can also kind of see a map here to see where our biggest contributors are, as well as just for that educational lens, we have equivalency statements. So our total scope 1 emissions for 2021 is equivalent to roughly 2.4 million passenger vehicles driven for 1 year. So it really shows the impact of our operations there, and where we want to focus our efforts on reductions where possible. The great thing about being in the sustainability field is we really have to work with every area of the business, the whole value chain we have, to understand our impact as a company, and really every employee has an impact, whether they're commuting to work or the projects they're working on. So we have opportunities to reduce our footprint in various ways, and we have to collect all that information so we can report it and also work on ways to reduce that impact. It actually took me 5 years to graduate because the first year was just spent taking a bunch of electives, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I took a few intro biology classes and I found it really interesting. But when I looked at an environmental science degree, I had to take 7 chem courses and a bunch of calculus courses, and it scared me. But I actually found, challenging myself was more engaging, and it ended up working out, and I'm very, very happy I did it. So I found I just kind of had to go with what I was passionate about, kind of what naturally called me. And that's where it was kind of I have an environmental science degree, but a concentration in biology. So it was kind of the animals and the nature, which really kept me interested and kept me, got me through those chem courses. Ending up in agriculture was actually a stroke of luck for me. I heard of Nutrien's excellent safety culture, and now realizing how important working with a company where that value is. I applied for any job I could to get my foot in the door. So I started in treasury, and then I worked in our wholesale business in nitrogen and phosphate, and then eventually landed in environmental management. Having now been with the company for 5 years, I can share how happy I am to have a sustainability career in agriculture because of the interesting opportunities and challenges it presents. We have to find innovative ways to take climate action while ensuring we fulfill our purpose of feeding the future. So I would say the most important skills, if you're looking at a sustainability degree, would be for, first of all, a passion for the environment and wanting to improve the way we do things. I would say attention to detail is very important, and just great organizational skills would be very, very helpful. Excel, we always use Excel. So I mean, that's going to come in handy pretty much any career path you take. And I think communications is also really important because, you know, you can understand the data and you can learn to really understand what it means, but unless you can present it to a wider audience, you can't really get that buy-in to make those reductions that you want to make. So you have to be able to communicate it in a digestible way and inspire other people to want to do something about it. The environmental field in general, I think, is a fantastic field to get involved with because you can see the impact your work has, and you're making a positive difference. When it comes to agriculture, you get to be kind of on the cusp of innovation because we have to feed the future, but we have to do that in a smart way. So we really need to kind of balance that, and it's a really exciting challenge, and it's just getting to be a bigger challenge and more opportunities to really be on the leading edge of innovation and change to positively impact the environment and reduce our footprint. Even like when you think of something like biodiversity, mineral nutrition of egg crops and pastures, it affects food and biodiversity, something that humans need to survive and for our well-being. When you look at agriculture and fertilizers specifically, applying too much nitrogen or phosphate can harm biodiversity in agricultural systems and beyond that, but applying too few nutrients can also have impacts to our natural systems. So lower crop yields could cause the need for more clearing of land to create farms to feed the world. So it's really fine. It's a critical nexus, and we really need to work on that balance.